Okay, so before we actually go to the live demo, just a very quick overview of what the new site looks like. You will still see remnants of the old SharePoint, but it looks a little bit more modern, so to say. Um, we still got our navigation pane on the left-hand side where we can navigate to our libraries within our site. The search bar is now moved. It's on the top left-hand side where we can search anything on our site. We've got a site name, we've got a site banner. That site banner and the welcome message, I'll talk about it a bit later on, but that is updatable, that's changeable by a super user within the department. Um, every now and then it's actually nice to have something new and fresh, a new banner. Um, so we will show everyone how to change that, update that to a new banner. One or two requirements has to be a certain size, etc., etc. But doing it is actually very simple. And then we've got links to the Learning Center. Um, some articles that will come in there can be uploaded there. People click on it, take you to the Learning Center to certain topics. Then we've got some quick navigational links. At this stage, there's four of them. They are editable, they are changeable. Um, so it takes you to important areas within the Sabanya environment, for example, the website or intranet, HR system, or whatever the case might be. Then at the bottom, you will see there are a recent documents web part. So all recent documents that has been worked on will appear in there. So I don't want to go into permissions now, but depending on what you can see, you might see the document in there, but you might not have access to that document. Okay, depending on how the permission structure is set up. And then we've got our people document web part there, where you can see it can be configured. You can add more people in there, and it will show you information about the department who is in there. And then at the bottom, there is an activity web part that will just show you what's been happening on the site. It's like sort of a news feed like you get on Facebook, so to say, to show what's happening on the site, who did what type of thing. Okay. Any questions on this layout? Okay, cool. Now, how do we access the new site? Um, you are going to require a VPN connection. Okay, so you still have to connect via VPN to connect to the site. Um, the link to the new site will be available on SConnect, the intranet, and there will also be links in the email communications that has been sent out to the different teams. All that communications will contain the link for the top level site or the landing page, as well as the site or departmental specific sites, HR, ERS, those kind of things. Okay. Um, just very important that I want to mention is it doesn't necessarily mean because you've got access to SharePoint 2019 that you will automatically have access to SharePoint Online, where some of the other sites are stored, different licensing, different environment. There's no way of just sharing stuff um, between the two in a simplistic way, copy from one to another. It's still um, a relatively separate or a separated environment. Okay. So let's,
Andre,
yes, Cindy.
there's a question from Norman. So he would like you to explain VPN connection, and perhaps Norman can just clarify what exactly he means by that question.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with the term. Maybe it's a simple, straightforward term, Andre.
Okay. So Norman, for me as an external vendor to connect to your environment, I need to make a connection from where I'm sitting and working at home to connect to the Sabanya environment. Now, Sabanya has the Global Protect um, app that you use if you're sitting and working from home to connect to the environment. Obviously, if you're sitting in the office every day, you won't need a VPN connection. It's more a fact of if you are working from home, you would need a mechanism to connect to the Sabanya network before you will be able to access the SharePoint environment.
Okay, now got you. Thanks.
Okay, cool. Okay, let's quickly jump in here. Okay, so from S Connect, if you click on um, the link to bring you to the environment, you will see the URL is a little bit different for those of you that actually takes note of that. The new SharePoint is SharePoint 19 sabanyastillwater.com. Previously, it was SharePoint.sabanyastillwater.com. So different environment, bit of a different link, but this is the landing page. Um, this page may still be updated a little bit, changed a little bit, but this would be the crux of it. Basically, just a welcome. We've got some links going to the intranet, US intranet, the learning sites. Um, a bit of an information thing. So it's basically just sort of a landing page with a bit of global news. There may be some document that is uploaded. Yeah, a bunch of links to some sites. Who do I contact for certain things? Um, but yeah, the important part on this page though is it is from here where we navigate to the different sites within the environment. So in our case, for the training right now, if I hover over business units, I simply click on human resources. That will open up the human resources site for me, your site. And as I shown you in that screenshot a while ago, this is what your site looks like. I'm not going to click on everything, but um, you can click on a link and it will then I can't actually connect there because I do not have um, access, but um, click on these links, it will take you to wherever it should go. There's training. These things will be updated as training comes available. You'll see some of them are still pointing to Office 365. Once we start uploading this recording of this training, that maybe become available within the Learning Center. There's our recent documents, our people in the environment, and then activities that happened within the environment. And we can even go and make comments if we really want to about the site. Now, let's have a look at how the site is laid out and what the site contains. Okay, we've got a single site called HR. And within that HR environment, we have got a bunch of libraries. There's some other lists here, but I'm not too concerned about them. But these are the ones that was identified via um, the information architecture exercise that went on. They looked, they analyzed what is there, what type of um, documents there are, what they used for, um, those kind of things. Okay, so the HR site broken down like this. We've got things like communications, dashboards, governance, management and strategy, meetings, policy, archives. There's quite a few of them, and it's exactly the same on the navigation bar on the left-hand side here. So you will see there are no subsites. At this point in time, there is no subsite. So you don't have to navigate to a site and then go into a subsite and then go into another subsite to just get where you need to be. It's a flat structure. Okay. If we then go and have a look at the actual libraries, and I'm not going to go into too much detail, we'll cover this in more detail a bit later on. You will see there are no folders in here. Okay. We use the metadata that is available okay, and that we have configured. And once again, we will go into more detail later on this. We are using the metadata within this library on how people tag it to do certain things. For example, you guys can see here we've got it's grouped by document type. So instead of having, um, you know, a memos folder and a news and announcement folder and a this folder and a that folder and another folder, we have everything in a single library, but we go and group it, for example, by document type. Now, the cool thing about this is we can go and group it by any one of our um, metadata fields. So I can even from this list, I can go wrong one. Sorry, just give me a second to find the right thing there. Okay. Um, why is it not? Oh, clicking in the wrong place. There we go. So, if I want to see um, all documents uh, with the sensitivity label of company confidential, I can click on that and I can go and say group these documents by the sensitivity label column. Once I do that, you will see it creates a group here on the top and it shows the different sensitivity labels. At this point in time, there's only one, but you get the idea. So it makes it easy for us to get to that particular documents and view those documents. We can build multiple views. At this stage, we've got the all documents view, which I think the name implies shows all documents. And then I have the my untagged items. See what happens. Only items that is not being tagged properly with metadata will be shown in here. And then we can go and flag these fields with um, whatever type of metadata we want to flag it with. So it makes it a bit more simplistic for us to go and tag information. You guys see here, I've got a drag and drop. So you don't necessarily have to do this on a one by one folder name. I can use the autofill like Excel functionality to do that. Now you'll see they're no longer untagged, but we will see them in the documents. There they are. Okay. Any questions on this? Now this is well, I'm expecting questions on this part because uh, this is where the biggest change from an end user perspective is happening. Um, let's have a look. I just want to see if there's a bigger one with more documents in here. Yeah, see, so all of this tagging has not been done yet, and this is a part of an exercise that you guys will have to go through. So some of these things we can go and tag in mass during the migration, like the operational area. We know this is all HR, discipline is all HR. Um, things we don't necessarily know during the migration is what is the document type, what is the who's the document owner, the applicable date for this document. Um, in some cases, sensitivity label we also don't know. So you guys, and this is something we will talk about in the next training session, will actually have to come and update these documents.